Good day, everyone. So now we are going to discuss the continuation of Unit 4. So we are now in Unit 4B, and where Unit 4A talked about what? It's actually the communication of grades from student to teacher, from teacher to student. The question is how that should that be done? So first, of course, um, we talked about the collection of students' outputs, and that is actually through the portfolio, and where the students will present as a portfolio uh, that will uh, that will help us understand the students' learning based on the learning evidences that they collected and they compiled in a certain collection of documents. Okay, whether it will be showcased or electronically done, or just a mere collection, just a mere collection. So of course we can have that grading uh, communicated through portfolio. But of course, there will also be other ways, which is the unit 4B, and that is what? Of course, it is now the teacher's job, which is now the doing of the class records. So of course, what is a class record? Of course, the class record is where we use or we buy a national bookstore or any other educational stores, and in where we organize the scores of our students, and then after that we compute, and after that we get the final grade, and then we communicate. That is when we communicate the scores. Okay, so talking about the progress in the Philippines, of course, we are now in the 21st century learning, and in DepEd, luckily, the DepEd proactively made access for us the grading or the class record of DepEd. So the class record is no longer an issue when it comes to accessing it, because online we can already make a download na may template actually sa kuan sa DepEd. So once mag-teach na ta sa DepEd, we can use those templates to make the or to compute for the grades of our learners. Okay, so compared sa una nga magsigid tag suwat, we write day and night, and then masayo pa ta, there will be errors. Sometimes we don't write properly, so we are forced to do changes, erase, put white marks, which is a big no-no. Dapat tarungon jud nato na sila suwat. Okay, so let me just do a share screen here for Unit 4B. Actually, 4 slides rin siya, but napaw ko other presentations for you later. The question is, why do we need to do grading? So of course, grades are the teacher's judgment on the performance of students based on certain criteria. It reflects it reflects the students' learning progress and achievement, and it is used for teachers to inform the students and parents of the students' academic progress in the various learning areas in the curriculum. Although objective, grades can be subjective from time to time and are also relative from one school to another school, from one teacher to another teacher, and from one school to another student. So taking a look at the last statement there, grades can be subjective or grading can be subjective, especially on how we do the assessment. An assessment process can be ground to subjectivity. So good thing that we have the rubrics, we have the rating scales, uh, that we can use to eliminate subjectivity. Okay, but we're trying to be objective as much as we can, because of course, when we do grading, we should be objective as much as possible. Another thing about the grading is that grading can be different from one school to another. An implication to this one, ayaw na lang ta o dili na lang ta mag complain when our parents will tell us where we are going to school, or where we are going to study, because parents, of course, they have to think of what is best for us. No, they will choose a school for us because they believe that this school will bring out the best in us. But of course, in respect to students, of course, we can also maybe we can tell our parents, "Mao, I have a school that I want. Why not we go here instead?" But again, of course, we have to think which school has the better standards in terms of of the course that we want, right? So for example, ganan ka nga mag-tourism. So which school in Cebu has the best tourism course? Or let's say accountancy, or let's say education, di ba? So it's a matter of really weighing things, weighing the decision of you and weighing the decision of your mother or your parents, and weighing the decision of that school. Maybe, of course, when we talk about high standard thing at school, of course, the um, let's say the application will also be very, very high at stake, and also the tuition will also be very, very gone. It will also be very, very expensive as well. So we should balance everything. Okay, not just what we want, but of course we have to weigh every aspect when we go to school. Okay, so in other words, grades have several variables such as periodical examinations, class standings, uh, can be considered in the grading of the students. So many educators use to build an effective proficiency-based grading and reporting system that values and supports the learning process of the students. So assigning of grades is effective in communicating information about learning to help students be proactive, overcome failures, and excel. So in some others' perspective about the functions of assigning of grades, it is said that grades can encourage students to learn. However, there are others who would say that assigning of grades could make some students stressful, and especially when they get poor grades. That's why we have to be careful, teachers, and especially if the students have very, very low score, di na lang tamang hinaway, or the best thing that we can do is to encourage them. Okay. Talking about the grading system for DepEd, kindergarten will be different from the um, from grades 1 to 12. So how does the grading in kindergarten function? So guidelines specific to the assessment of kindergarten learners will be issued in a different memorandum or order. So however, for kindergarten checklists and anecdotal records are used instead of numerical grades. These are based on learning standards found in the kindergarten curriculum guide. So it is important for teachers to keep a portfolio, so which is a record or compilation of the learner's output, such as writing samples, activity sheets, and artworks. So the portfolio can provide concrete evidence of how much or how well the learner is able to accomplish the skills and competencies. So through checklists, the teacher will be able to indicate whether or not the child is able to demonstrate knowledge and or perform the tasks if expected of the kindergarten learners. Through anecdotal records or narrative reports, teachers will be able to describe learners' behavior, attitude, and effort in schoolwork. So, mo siya nga, our outputs are being showcased. No? If we will recall our kindergarten, so ang teachers ginato ang mag-keep. That's why when we go to kindergarten, sometimes they ask us to bring our own envelope because laban ng mga mas hindi plastic envelope because right after the semester or the school year, they place all of our outputs in that envelope, diba? Considered to be a portfolio concept and where we can see our outputs na dayon. How about for the grades 1 to 12? So in a grading period, there is one quarterly assessment, but there should be instances for students to produce written work and to demonstrate what they know and can do through performance tasks. So there is no required number of written work and performance tasks, but these must be spread out over the quarter and used to assess learner skills and after each unit has been taught. How to compute for the final grades and general average in the K to 12 grading system is going to be very, very easy. Why? Because again, katong access nato for the e-class record in DepEd is actually very, very convenient as well in terms of the computation because they already placed there the formulas on how to get to the or arrive at the final grade of the student. So let me just do stop the sharing of this PowerPoint. Let me do another share screen here. Let me go to the internet. Okay, this one. All right. So this is already now the Google Drive. But what I did first is I went to Google, no? I went to Google and I typed depth at grading sheet, and this is what came out. I chose this one. Actually, pwede na nis lang tulo, but I chose this one kay na 2021, 2022, and ang nigawas is kani. No? So what made it nice? Kay, nana din siya dali, mapili na din mo, grade 1 up to grade 10. Okay, grade 1 up to grade 10. And then what I did is I chose grades 7 and 10. So if magpili ko ani nila usa, I chose grade 7 to 10. This is what I got. Ni-share din sila sa Google Drive. Okay? So you have here the subjects, edukasyon sa pagpakatao, English, Filipino, MAPE, mathematics, science, and um, the summary of the final grades. Kining summary of the final grades, it is actually a spreadsheet for all of the subjects. Okay, it is all of the subjects. So kining kwan from education sa pagpakatao up to science. So it will reflect here. Okay, and kining mape mo ni siya nga of course nagi upat kabuk sa mape. It is because upat man gud sila kabuk areas. So compared to the other subjects now, we can only have one Excel file. No? So for example, if I'm going to choose Araling Panlipunan, no? If I will choose Araling Panlipunan, this is what I will get. So if tanaw na to ni siya, diri sa ubos, na siya upat, 5 kabuk, 6 kabuk spreadsheets. Okay? So I cannot I cannot do inputs here because of course I'm having a view only type. So what we are going to do para nga maka-edit na din is of course it's very easy. We just have to download. So how can we download this one? Download lang ta. Once we download, so then we can get access and then we can do the editing. Let me just show you the grade 7 to 10 Filipino. So it's the same rapod with the Araling Panlipunan, right? Okay. So it's the same. So Kinesha, this is the summary of the quarterly grades. But if we will take a look at the Filipino quarter 1, okay, and the Araling Panlipunan quarter 1 is the same. So wala lagi siya kalayan. Okay, so what if I already downloaded it? No? So what if I already downloaded it? So stop share ko na ni siya. And I'll do another share screen. Actually, naka-download na ko. And this is what I have. Okay. Let's start with the input data. No? Okay, so APQ1. Kining AP, muna siya, that is Araling Panlipunan, ha? So let's start with the input data. What if, so I placed here already 2 names of students. Okay. What if I'm going to have another name of a student? Let's say James, no? There's a third student. His name is James. So if tanaw na to na karon, I already have 3 students. So actually automatically supposed to be mugawas na gid ng James unta. So kanina I guess my internet connection or my laptop is naglag siya. But supposed to be nana ni diri ang ngalan nga James. If you try to see it here, nana diri ang name nga James. So I believe mo gawas na siya later. Let me try another name. Let's say Jelly. Okay. So Jelly. Jelly. Oh, gawas gid ang Jelly nga name. All right. So murag kuan siya, very convenient na siya. It is because auto-populate na siya. Let me just put James na lang diri. Okay, what if nanapo ko students? John. Si John. Okay. So John, let me see. Ni-reflect na po din si John. Alright? Now, when ito, so kung magnanatay mga quizzes na nahatag sa itong mga students, dili ta magbutang din sa input data, ha? Dili ta magbutang sa APQ1 up to APQ4. So provided that I already placed here 6 kabuok. 6 kabuok sa atong written works. And then we have here, I placed here, let's say, 6 pagkabuok sa performance tasks. So what will happen is, of course, automatically it will give us the total. Very nice. Yeah. Automatically. What if I'll have here another 10 10 item quiz sa number 7. So automatically mahimo na din ni siyang 125. Take a look, 125 na siya. And then let's say the student 1 got 10. Then 9 kang 8 kang student 2. So automatically it will also give us the give us the result. Okay. And then we will also have here we will also have here the percentage score and the weighted score, and where they play a role in the getting of the quarterly grade. At ang nakanindot mong good niya is that bisan ang quarterly grade that it's already being pre-computed na siya, no? So nanatay mga kuan niya. Nanatay mga possible na grades, especially if we will end up with 7 written works and then 6 performance tasks. Okay? So nana po din siya initial grade, and then of course ang tanaw na to there is the quarterly grade. All right? So nga na siya. So for example, if si Jelly atong butangan og score, let's say 99999, tapos there nakakuha siya og 35, however there nakakuha siya 10. So na siya total of 90 over 125. So wala pa grade, of course, kay ang gusto tingnan sa system is we need to put in the performance task. Let's say 99999. So let's say she got 53 out of 65, no? Sa iyang kuan, sa iyang performance task. So what's the grade? So ang grado ni Jelly is actually 86. It's that simple, guys. Very, very simple ang pag input nato sa grades. And by that, we can already have the grades for our learners na dayon siya. Huh? It's that simple. So maybe tingali a question lang for us. What if we will go to the MAPE? No, what if we will go to the MAPE? Let's just do my stop share. Let me just do my kuan sharing back to Google Chrome. Okay, and let me show you here the MAPE. So English, Aralan Panipunan, Edukasyong Pagkatao is the same. But if we will take a look here at MAPE, so ingani siya pagkahimo, no? Music quarter 1, arts quarter 1, PE quarter 1, health quarter 1. And then, however, kini po siya mo ni second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Okay, let's take a look at science as well. Okay, science quarter 1. Okay, science quarter 2. Okay, it's still, no? It's still the same. However, ila pong written works and performance tasks is actually 50%. It's actually different from the other subjects na atong gipakita ganina. Okay? So muna siyang it's been defined by the DepEd. Let's take a look at TLE. Okay? So TLE quarter 1. So ang ilapod, ang written works nila is 30%. Ang ilang performance is 70%. So I believe it's because of TLE being more of a hands-on type of subject. That's why mas focus ko sila sa performance task, which is 70%. Okay. Let's take a look at the summary of the final grades na lang po for the last time. So this is what you have. Okay. So the advisor can get a hold of this. And let me just do a 75 daw. Diba? So nanadiritanan, Filipino English up to ESP, tapos quarters 1 to 4, and then the final grade. So nga na siya kasimple, guys. Very, very convenient ang atuang paghimo sa tong grade. So maybe tingali the next challenge na lang gid nato is how are we going to communicate na din? How are we going to verbally communicate this one? Can we say you failed? So of course it will also take us it also takes a skill on how to spill the negative news, the bad news to our our students. So of course, we really have to sympathize to them. We have to be sincere on how we are going to communicate the grades that they have, especially ng gagmay, no? Dagko ang score una, but of course, what happened, gagmay siya. Mo rin to siya nga sa itong BENLAC, Building and Enhancing New Literacy, sa curriculum natay communication. Natay communication nga literacy. All right? But of course, no, we will have an activity or task about how to properly communicate to our learners. Okay? So, ingana rigid ka simple ang atong pag-access na karon. But there will be some questions about this one, and I will be needing your responses about that. Thank you very much, guys, and goodbye.